Hello ladies, if you're planning to get onto the dating scene right now, you need to watch this video because I have a couple of people here who's gonna break it down, the manipulating tactics that men use, and you need to be aware of those tactics. The more you know, the better chance you have of protecting yourself from these men out here. So grab your popcorn, watch this video, and let me know how you feel in the
What's up,
comments.
y'all? So these are my 3 telltale signs that a man is trying to manipulate you. And ladies, if you got a good man, Savannah, then this is not for you. You know, there's always some women, well, my man don't do you. Okay, well then keep it scrolling. But there are women out here that's in the dating scene that's getting taken advantage by these men. Number one, when he get to speaking French, talking about some we. Well, we can do this and we can do that, but he needs your resources and he needs your money to be able to accomplish what he trying to do. He trying to finesse you. Tell that man to get his credit straight and go get him a business loan. Don't you get that money up. It's getting ready to be tax season. Don't you get that man your tax return to flip. He not going to do right by it. You take your 6-7 grand, however much money you get, go get your tummy tuck. Go do something for you. A lot of these men, when they know that you got money or you about to get some money, they're going to start speaking French to you, talking about some we. But it's all a finesse. He telling you, he's speaking we, but in his mind, he thinking me, I. Don't do it. Number 2, I hate to even talk to you young girls because y'all don't listen. But I'm going to put it out there. If you dealing with a man, if you in your late 20s, in your 30s, and you dealing with a man in my age group, meaning in his 40s, so you think you got a sugar daddy, he want to take you out of town. If that man, if that so-called sugar daddy has not paid all your bills up before you go, don't you get on that plane with that man. He trying to use you for his own ego. He wants you for the photo ops to brag to his friends and piss off his ex-old lady. Okay? He don't give a shit about you. And another telltale sign is if you go on that trip with that man and he ain't paid your bills up, the minute that y'all get back, he gonna start acting funny with you because all he needed you for was the photo op to piss off his old lady. That's it. He don't care about you. These men don't have money no more. They're not the same sugar daddies that we had when I was in my 20s. Sugar daddies back in the day, they paid your bills up. They put you in cars with and gave you the title. The cribs that you lived in, you had the deed to. All of that. These men nowadays don't have money. They don't have liquid assets. They got a bunch of bills. They got a bunch of toys. They got all this responsibility. He probably maxed out his credit card just to take you on a trip. But guarantee you, when you get back, he gonna start acting funny with you because of the simple fact that he just needed you for the photo op to piss off his ex-old lady. Don't fall for it. If he has not paid all of your bills up before you all leave, don't you get on that plane. Don't let him use you like that. Number 3, when he starts to love bomb you. That's what y'all call love bomb. That's a finesse. If a man tells you he loves you, it is not followed by action. If that man is telling you all of these things about how he care about you, how he love you, but he is not trying to upgrade your situation, he's not trying to put you in a better situation than you're already in, that man is just trying to get you to lower your guard, open your heart so he can drag you to hell. Don't you believe it? Love is an action word. I hate the scripture quote, but what the Bible say? God so loved the world that he did what? He gave his only begotten son. There was action behind that love. When a man tells you he loves you and he has not tried to upgrade your lifestyle or your well-being to put you in a better situation, he's just trying to love bomb you to get you to lower your guard so he can drag you straight to hell. Ladies, do not fall victim to any of these 3 things I just told you, because trust and believe, these men are predators now. They predators and they don't care nothing about you. All they want to do is benefit from your presence, your resources, or whatever it is that you have. Don't be no victim.
I need y'all to start observing more and reacting less. Here are 4 ways that men try to emotionally manipulate you just to see if you're the type that he can take advantage of. These things are so common. My clients have told me all about it. I've experienced it myself. But once you clock it once, I promise you the rest is just going to be so easy to spot. Number 1, my favorite, is the distancing / pull back / switch up thing that men do after they have been love bombing you, giving you all this attention, making you feel like, oh, he's so into me. Y'all done created maybe a little routine. Y'all talk around 8 p.m. every night. And then this one random night, he don't answer or he don't call you. The games have officially begun. What I don't want you to do is freak out, blow that man's phone up, or act like you just care so much and you're so disturbed by his absence, because you're just fueling it. You're making him feel like he's in control of your emotions and that you're already invested in him so early, and now he can just play. What I do is just fall off. You fall back, I'm falling off. I promise you they will be back and they will be wondering, dang, why she ain't chase me? Because over here, we don't chase men. Just don't fret and freak out, because 9 times out of 10, if he's acting like this already, he's not going to be a consistent person. So I don't really think that you should even deal with someone who does play games like that. But if for whatever reason you do want to deal with them, just don't feed into it. Just allow them to have their space for whatever reason they need it. And when they come back, just make them work harder for your attention. Number 2, canceling plans or changing plans at the last minute. Some men will do this because they actually have a genuine reason, but a lot of times men will do this just to see, if you're the type that's going to be at their beck and call and ready for whenever they reschedule it. Will you be the type that's like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I'm so upset. I want to see you so bad. Or are you going to be like, okay, that's fine. They prefer for you to act emotionally because it fuels their ego. And a man's ego really hate to see me coming, because I'm not finna do anything extra to stroke your ego. Please avoid that at all costs. Like, if a man cancel plans on you, if they change plans at the last minute, do not be readily available. And honestly, I would just not ever go out with them again. But if you know them and y'all already have a thing going, then just keep calm. And I promise you, if you do not react, they're going to be confused and they're going to be on you. They're going to be on your body. Once I sense that a man is like doing little things to get a reaction out of me or test my temperature, I literally just don't give them a temperature to test.
Hey, yo, I don't know if you know this, but if a man wants you, he's not going to miss you. There are ways that men typically test women, right? And all you can do is prepare yourself for this. I know women hate the word test. Right? But you got to understand that this world isn't kind to you, and it's up to you to protect you, because nobody's going to do it like you. But I want to help you discover a few ways on how men could break you down, right? How they can manipulate you emotionally. Like, imagine talking to a guy and then he starts to talk to you about sex, because he didn't have to whip it out on the first date or nothing like that, but best believe he definitely took notice. There's a group of women out here who will let a man come over for date night and who allow this man to stay the night, who they barely even know. You don't even know his last situation. His last girl could be trying to get rid of him and put him out. Now he done moved all his clothes into your place. And now you still paying the bills. Now he's asking to use your car. He don't have a car. He was using the other girl car when he met you. Shouldn't be taking out no money out of your account, or because he's going through something. That's not your responsibility. He can go talk to his mother. He can go talk to his sister. He can go talk to his friends. But you can't be out here dating and giving a man your address to your house, especially on the first date, just because you want that princess treatment where he come and pick you up. I know you want that, and I get it. But now crazy knows where you live. So listen to me. All you got to do is show him kindness and let him go through God to reach you. If you continue to try to teach a man how to love you or why to love you, then my love, you're already loving backwards for a man that should be viewing you as you being the prize, not the other way around. So to break this down even more right quick, there are going to be 4 ways that a man's going to try to test you. 1, he's going to try you with words. 2, he's going to love bomb you after the words. 3, he's going to start asking you for favors, right, after the love bomb. And 4, he's going to hit you with a test just to see if you can deal with his inconsistencies, right? He's going to see if he can call you whenever he wants to. He may tell you, hey, I'm going to call you when I get out of work at 5 p.m. Your phone don't ring till 8 p.m. He's going to try to give you the bare minimum to see if you accept it. And if you accept it, it's no longer on him. It's on you, because you know better. I'll give you the game right quick, because the quickest way how to stop that is when you see a man think that he can do whatever he want to do, you can say, hey, listen, I don't play with my time like that. So if you give me your word, then make it your best to stand on it. If you can't, then just let me know. I'm on these coaching calls and I hear it. But even if a man yells at you, you got to tell him, hey, listen, you're not going to talk to me like that. And if it happens again, you ain't got to worry about me. That's how you check that. Stop allowing a man to come in your life, give you less than what you deserve, and then claim it like it's the best thing that happened to you. Listen, sometimes the only time that they're going to learn how to appreciate you or listen to you is by losing access to you. But my goal on here is to not make you overthink, but it's to honestly let you know that somebody cares about you. Oh, God.
This is how men manipulate you. You telling that man what you don't like about yourself. That man will give you so much confidence. That man will tell you that he like your hair, you fine, you pretty. You always looking for a man to tell you that. So you love that he telling you that. So you always want that man around, and you think he a good man, and you want to keep him around. So you loving that man every day. You doing what you can for him because you want him to stay. Because he made you feel a way other men didn't make you feel. But you don't know what he doing though. This man is building up your confidence so you can open your heart up. And once you open your heart up, you let that man do what he want to do in your life. Now that man can use you now because you gave that man the authority to come in your house, come into your life, and take what he want. You think you helping him, but he helping himself, but he using you to help him. I'm just saying.
Ladies, pay attention because here are 3 early signs that he might be trying to manipulate you. Number 1, he often starts and initiates conversations with you, but as soon as you start responding, he just disappears, and often for days, and he does that repeatedly. Number 2, he's constantly trying to isolate you from your friends, from your loved ones, from your family, right? By taking control of your time and wanting to spend all of your time with him. Number 3, he always keeps you guessing where you stand with each other. One week you might feel closer than ever, and the next week you don't hear from him at all.
A huge manipulation tactic that men use to create a false sense of affection and connection with you. My name is Adele Kelleher, and I am your dating coach bestie. And please share this with a friend who might benefit from this advice. You want to be careful if he's overly affectionate with you, starts treating you like an established relationship, or showering you with words of praise and emotions way too early in the relationship, especially before you've had a chance to create a real foundation. This is not a connection and moment of love. This is manipulation. Seriously, watch out for this because it is.
Ladies, I'm getting ready to tell you something that raggedy men all around the world already know. The easiest way for them to derail your success, for them to interfere with your future, is to make you the mother of one of their children. I need you to guard your womb even more than you guard your heart, because you can get over heartbreak, but 18 years being associated with a raggedy man, like some of these men, they impregnate women on purpose. Sometimes they impregnate women to get back at you. They know good and well that $200 child support payment is not enough for you to do anything. That guarantees that you'll struggle financially. And then if they really want to hurt you, then they'll say they don't want anything to do with the child. So now you're trying to make sure your child has 2 parents, and now all of a sudden you're chasing behind this raggedy man, which is exactly what he always wanted. Listen, ladies, guard your heart, but don't forget your womb. Some men impregnate women out of spite. They want you to struggle. They want you to be a baby mama when you always wanted to be a wife. Some of them do it intentionally. Especially if you think you're a good girl, or if you think you're better than him, or if he even feels like any of that, he will try to derail your success by attaching you to him. And he'll bring all of this struggle and all of this, like, got the baby all set up for him to come pick him up, and he don't show up and all that. Like, he will hurt you through the child. And he knows that. Just him, girl, you don't care about him, and he knows that. But you will love the child. So he'll intentionally use the child to get back at you. Promise to do things, promise to be there, promise that he'll attend this event or that event, promise to send you money to help you with this and that. They do it on purpose. Don't just be out here guarding your heart. Guard your womb too.
A sneaky way men manipulate women. Now I call it the yes factor. And here's how it works. I get you to agree to a smaller request. For instance, I say, hey, would you pick me up something, bring it over to eat? Okay. Or let me borrow your Netflix login. I don't have Netflix, and you agree to it. Well, what's really happening is I'm actually setting you up for a larger request. Now, this works because when people agree to something, what it's really saying is this is in alignment with my value system, with my belief system. I agreed to do this, so you know what? I'll agree to do that. It's called the yes factor because all I need to do is get you to start saying yes. I need you to be aware of this, y'all, so that you don't go down the road of manipulation or someone else manipulating or misusing your kindness.
All right, ladies, I'm making this video today to tell you about some of the darkest manipulation tactics that men use to control you in a relationship. These men will make you feel confused, anxious, question your own thoughts and even your own reality. And why do they do this? Well, they simply see you as an accessory. They want to keep you hooked, codependent, and anxiously attached to them so they can use you as they please. Now, I've met a lot of these guys in person, okay? Some of them are more malevolent and narcissistic, while others are just immature and selfish, doing a lot of these behaviors unconsciously in order to get their needs met. But what I've realized is that even though I've argued with many of them about these issues, the majority continue with their behavior. So what does that mean? It means that you need to learn to protect yourself, because that's the best way to avoid falling into the hands of one of these men. If we can't stop people from stealing, the best thing is to know how to build a strong house with a great alarm system. Therefore, in this video, I will reveal 5 tactics that some men use to manipulate women, so you can be aware if you spot any of them in your relationships. So, let's begin. The first tactic some men use to mess with your head is to pull away. They get all mysterious, maybe disappear for a few days, and suddenly you're the one feeling anxious, blaming yourself, wondering, what did I do wrong? He makes excuses, saying he's been busy doing some stuff, or he will text you soon, and then you keep reaching out again and again until he finally gives you some attention. Growing up, I saw this in many women in my family, and I still see it today with many women in my coaching practice. The expectation that a lot of you ladies have, maybe from society or culture, that you're the one responsible for keeping the relationship working. You're the one supposed to always make your partner happy, and it's simply not the case. It's a two-way street. So if you see him constantly pulling away, you know what he's doing? He's waiting for your reaction to chase and beg for his attention. Have you ever met a man that seemed totally in sync with you when you first got to know him? He was into the same music, TV shows, maybe he even ordered the same food or the same drinks, and it felt like hitting the jackpot, right? Like you found someone who gets you on every single level. But later on, you slowly start seeing his mask fall off and realize that actually you're both completely incompatible. Well, sometimes this is a deliberate move some men use called mirroring. He's creating the illusion of being the perfect match, paying close attention, picking up on your interests, your goals, the way you walk, the way you talk. He's crafting this persona to make you lower your guard, making it easier to steer the relationship where he wants it to go. This is why taking things slow is important, because people can only pretend for so long. So take a step back next time that you meet someone who seems too good to be true and observe. For number 3, we have one that I'm sure most of you have experienced: guilt. When a man starts playing the victim card, gaslighting you, making you feel guilty about the shortcomings in the relationship. Sometimes this will be quite subtle, right? He won't outright blame you saying, hey, this is your fault, but he will make you think that somehow you are responsible for his happiness and well-being. Like some men love using psychological terms to justify their behavior so you can feel sorry for them. Phrases like, oh, I was abused as a child. I'm an avoidant because I grew up in a toxic household. And if any of those are true, then ladies, let him go and work on himself, because you're not Bob the Builder trying to fix people.
There are men that will treat you like a vacation spot. They only want to see you when they want to have fun, when they want to relax from work. But other men will treat you like home. They want to build something strong with you, something that lasts. And whenever there's a storm, they'll get on the roof and fix any leaks. So choose wisely what type of man you want to be with.
Number 4, we have intermittent reinforcement, or what some of you call hot and cold behavior, constantly alternating between positive and negative responses. And let me give you one quick example so you understand. Imagine that you're with a man that you like, okay? You spend the whole day together, and by the end of the night, he gives you a kiss and says, I love you, and then he leaves, all right? That's a nice feeling, right? But think about a different day where suddenly both of you start an argument and he yells at you. He punches the wall and walks away. And then you don't speak to each other for 3 days until he comes back, gives you a passionate kiss and says, I love you, I'm sorry. That positive moment right there, many times carries more weight in your mind because of the previous negative experience. It's like if I give you water every day, you're fine with it. But if I intentionally make you thirsty for 3 days and then give you water, you'll think it's 10 times more valuable. And I've seen this in my own love life. Women that came from extreme toxic relationships, they would find me boring. You know, they would try to trigger jealousy in me, make me feel angry for no reason, because they believed that if I showed those unhealthy behaviors, those negative patterns, it meant that I cared for them. For the last one, we have isolation. This is probably one of the darkest manipulation tactics that some guys use, which often escalates into abuse. And here's how they go about it, alright? First, they'll try to isolate you from your friends and family. How? Simple. Because, we trust our partners. Whenever we have an argument with a friend or a family member, we usually want to vent. So we turn to our partners and share our frustrations. Now, a considerate partner will try to understand both sides of the argument, but a manipulator will feed into your negative perspective on that person. He might say, oh yes, that friend sucks. You should never speak to her again. Or your family is always trying to control you. Don't listen to them. Slowly, he becomes the only person that you feel that you can trust. And you start believing that you can't go anywhere because everybody else seems unreliable. Another form of isolation is financial. You might notice that he wants to be that alpha man that pays for everything, tells you to never work again, and that you can stay at home all day. Then later on, after you've become dependent on him and accustomed to a certain lifestyle, he'll diminish your opinions on any subject because he's the one paying the bills and running the household. I've seen this pattern repeat over and over again. So always be cautious to not become fully dependent on a man for financial or emotional support. Many women get bored when they start dating a man who makes them feel safe. Because think about it, there are not going to be any problems to solve, okay? You won't need to spy on his phone or question him about his lies, and it's simply that your overthinking mind has become addicted to stimulation. So the moment that a nice man brings you peace and quiet, you will not know how to respond in many cases and believe that the noise is more attractive.